And welcome back. I hope all of you are watching the videos and improving yourself. I get many hundreds of comments, but I would like all the rest of you also to send me the details of your improvement in the comments. Today we have a video on travel phrases and expressions. I shall give you different contexts which you face when you're traveling and what expressions, phrases, sentences to use in English in those contexts. This will be very useful for all levels from beginners to advanced. You can use these sentences and create more sentences. Suppose you travel abroad, then you should know about currency exchanges. When you travel away from home and you stay in a hotel or a homestay, then what would you do there? How would you speak in English? If you go shopping in a new city or you want to eat in the local food in a place you're visiting, then what would you do? If you want to ask for help, how will you do that? In different contexts, asking for help, many sentences for that. And of course, to build really good relationships, especially when you are meeting strangers and you're traveling, you need to have all the polite expressions at your fingertips. When you have these, you might make friends who last you for the rest of your life. Remember that by doing this, you are building up your own, not only your travel experience, but also human contact. You are seeing different places, meeting people from different cultures, and getting to know so much. It's a valuable experience, and putting it all into English makes it that much more interesting. So please try these. Let us move to the slides where you will see the sentences. I will read them out and tell you something about each of them. When we travel, we usually stay at a hotel or a homestay. These days, there are very popular homestays. So, what would you say in such a case? I have a reservation for 3 nights at your hotel or at your homestay. My name is, because you have booked using your name. Now you have to tell them that this is your name. Give them your name. A very common question which people ask at a hotel is, what is the check-in and check-out time? Check-in is when you can enter your room when the room has been cleaned and made ready for you. Usual time is around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And what about the check-out? Check-out is when you pay your bill and leave the hotel. That is usually around 11 in the morning. Could you give me the Wi-Fi password? We all need that. When we go to a hotel for 3 nights, obviously we need Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi password. Then you have, please connect me to room service. I want to order dinner. So you are in your room, you pick up the phone and you say, please connect me to room service. I want to order dinner. Then you can also ask, usually when you book a hotel, they give you complimentary breakfast. That means the price of breakfast is included in your room rent. So you ask, what time is breakfast? Or where is the place where I should go for breakfast? Or where is your restaurant? These questions are usually asked. Then, could you send someone to collect my laundry? If you stay for 3 days, you need to get some things washed, ironed, cleaned, etc. So you say, could you send someone to collect my laundry? When we travel outside our own country, we have to know that the currency of that country will be different and how to convert it. This we have to be very careful about. So, one question which you can ask, very important when you're traveling outside your country: do they only accept local currency in this country? Suppose you have currency of 2-3 different places which you've traveled. So do they accept only local currency, or do they accept these currencies which I have with me? Where can I exchange my money for local currency? This also is a very important question. What is the exchange rate today? You must remember that currency exchange rate changes almost every day. Then you have to find out the rate so that you know how much you should exchange to get how much money of the local variety. What is the commission you charge for currency exchange? This is a question all of you need to ask, because if you're exchanging currency, you will have to ask this: how much commission? If the commission is less somewhere, you exchange from there. Then you have to pay lesser amount. I would like half and half, some large bills and some small ones. Suppose you are taking a particular denomination. In some places when you go and exchange, you get, 1,000,000 units of their currency, because your currency and their currency might be different. Then what do? You have to say, I will take some big notes and some small ones. Is it better to exchange currency at the airport or in the city? Suppose you have a guide who is taking you around this new country. Then you ask that person, is it better to exchange currency at the airport or in the city? Usually they will tell you that it is much better in the city. But sometimes the rates in the airport are excellent. When you are traveling to a new place, the usual desire is to buy something from there. You just buy one or two things which are locally popular in that place. So you say, is there a shuttle from our hotel to the local market? You are staying at a hotel, then you want to go somewhere. How will you travel? That is what you're asking. A shuttle is a service which goes from the hotel, drops you there, and again brings you back. They have it hourly or 2-hourly and so on. What local handicrafts should I buy from this city? Again, you can ask this question. What local handicrafts? What is popular here? What is famous here? How much are these scarves you have in the market? You go, you see something very colorful, a colorful scarf. You say, how much are these scarves? Do you have them in other colors? Now you want to see. You can ask size, you can ask color, everything. Is there any discount on these items? Now when you're shopping, obviously, you would like to get the best bargain. So you ask, is there any discount on these items? Then somebody comes to help you. Suppose a salesperson comes and says, may I help you? Then you say, I'm just browsing, thank you. That means I don't want to see anything specific. I'm just looking around. Food is a very important part of travel. Usually, people who love traveling also like to try food which is locally popular or locally famous in the places you visit. So, eating joints, the places where you can eat, sometimes they might be fast food centers, sometimes they might be shops on the street food itself. So, which is the best restaurant for local food near me? That is a question you can ask. May I have the menu, please? You want to go and eat, then first thing you ask is menu. Remember, we had another entire video conversation about eating in a restaurant. You can go back to that video and check the word menu is there. Could you tell me which are the best vegetarian options on your menu? The menu has many things. So which are the best options? Options, choices. List. The menu has a list of vegetarian stuff. Which is the best of these? Can you recommend some non-spicy local dish for me? Now, can you recommend something? I don't want spicy. I don't want very hot, which burns the tongue. Non-spicy. Please get me the bill. Once you finished eating, you say, please get me the bill. In some countries, it is called check. So please get me the check. Will you accept credit card payment? Now, how are you going to pay? Are you going to give your credit card, or are they going to ask for local currency? I remember recently when we were traveling, they said no, only currency, not anything, not credit card, not debit card, no variety of card, only currency, and that too local currency. So you have to be prepared for all this. Polite expressions I have done in many videos before, but when you're traveling also you need to have them. So we have here, when you greet a person casually, hello or hi or hey. But if you want to greet them formally, then you can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening or good day. You want to say good night only when you are saying goodbye. At the end of the day, when you are seeing someone off, only then you can say good night. You cannot say good night to greet a person. Somebody comes and meets you and says good night, that means goodbye. They are not greeting you as the beginning of a conversation, but as an end of it. So we say goodbye, or we say bye, we say bye-bye, or we say good night. Please is very often used. If you want to ask somebody something, it's always better to use please. Now for the next few slides, we will see how to ask for help when you're traveling. Then you say excuse me, or you say sorry and thank you. These are all polite expressions. We have done it in many videos, including the beginners videos. So you have to be familiar. You have to have these always ready, because these are the kind of polite currency. Exchanging notes, you can buy things, but by giving politeness, you buy good relationships. Now we have 3 slides where we are going to talk about asking for help. Usually when we are traveling away from our own place, our own city or our own country, we need a lot of help. And when you travel, you will find that people are usually very helpful. So you need to ask them in the proper way. Could you help me, please? I just now told you about please. Now here, could you help me is polite enough. If you add please, that becomes better. Now, do you speak English? Suppose you are traveling to a country which has its own language. It's different from your language. And you know English, you can communicate with them in English in case they know English. Or they are asking you the question, do you speak English? Sorry, I do not speak your language. Suppose you approach somebody and they start speaking in a language you don't know, then you have to say, sorry, I do not speak your language. If you cannot understand something, sometimes speakers speak very fast. It's difficult to understand. So you say, I beg your pardon. Could you repeat what you said? You can also say, sorry, I couldn't understand you. Then that person will repeat. Is there a restroom nearby? This is a question which is very, very often asked and needed to be remembered. Will I be able to get a porter or a trolley for my luggage? In the railway station, in the airport, in the bus station, you can ask this question. Will I be able to get a porter or a trolley for my luggage? Sometimes you have to pay for the trolley, in which case you might want to take your luggage on your own. These things, if you are aware, it becomes much easier to travel. Some more points where you might need help and you would like to ask it in correct English, I have listed here. Do you know where boarding gate number 10 is? You have reached the airport. Now you don't know where to go. It looks too big and too complicated. Then you ask somebody, do you know where boarding gate number 10 is? Is gate number 101 on this floor? Now you know the gate number, but you don't know whether it is on this floor or the lower one or the higher one. You are asking. Do we have to show the passport now? You ask a question because your identity when you're traveling is your passport. Is there any power bank in your suitcase? This is a question you will be asked everywhere when you go to check in at the counter. They will say, is there any power bank in your suitcase? No, it is in my carry-on bag. Suitcase is what you are checking in. Checking in means it goes into the hold of the aircraft. And carry-on is what you keep with you in the passenger part of the aircraft. Does your laptop bag have anything else in it? Usually we are not supposed to take anything in laptop bag. But some people by mistake might take their lunch boxes or a sandwich in it. So that is not allowed. There are some important papers in my laptop bag. So you can answer by saying, no, nothing else is there except some papers, which of course you can use while you're flying. You can take out those papers and use your laptop also. So there's nothing wrong in that. This is the last of our slides where again we have a few sentences as to how to ask for help. Is this the way to the railway station? Or is this the way to the bus station? Question can be asked. You are in a new place. You don't know where they are. So you ask them. I'm looking for an address. May I request you to help me? You find a local person. You have the address with you, but you're not able to locate it. You can ask. Where can I find a good chemist? You need to buy some tablet for maybe a sprain or a headache or something. So you say, where can I find a good chemist? Will you tell me how to reach the nearest supermarket? Sometimes you feel like having fresh fruit, or sometimes you feel like having some ready to cook thing. You just put it in hot water and your meal is ready. Then you need a supermarket. So will you tell me how to reach the nearest supermarket? Is there a good vegetarian restaurant in this area? Many people who eat only vegetarian food have difficulty in travel because they have to look for specifically vegetarian food. Same applies for vegan. If you want to eat only vegan, then you have to again search for places. You might want only a keto diet. These are all different varieties of food which are restrictive. They are not, you eat everything. How far is the museum from here? You are sightseeing, so you want to know. And how do I go there? So how far is the museum? Museum is on your list today. How far is it and how should I go there? These days, of course, we have Google Maps, but it is much better to find out from a local person. If you do not have connectivity, then the Google Map might fail you halfway through. How good is the local transport in this place? Local transport is buses, taxis, or, some other kind of transport, a three-wheeler or a two-wheeler. All these is the local transport. So how good is the local transport in this place? These are some simple phrases which I have just given you, some simple expressions when you are traveling within your country, within your state, or outside your country, all over the world. Using these, practicing these is greatly helpful. For beginners, these sentences are very useful because they can use it for shadowing. Please make the best use of the video, share it as much as you can so that many people benefit from it. All the best and thank you.